The story begins in Los Angeles, where we see a drunk man sleeping on a bench by the roadside. But he's not just any ordinary person. He's actually a superhero with incredible powers. Despite that, the people of Los Angeles absolutely hate him. They insult him and call him names, because wherever he goes, he leaves behind massive destruction. This man is Hancock, and honestly, he doesn't care what anyone thinks anymore. A little boy walks up and wakes him. As Hancock looks around, he notices on the news that a group of criminals is fleeing in a car. Without wasting a second, he grabs his bottle and takes off into the sky. But even while taking off, he ends up wrecking everything around him. Hancock quickly catches up to the criminals. He lifts their entire car into the air and slams it onto a sharp tower on top of a building, leaving it hanging there. He stops the criminals, but in the process, he causes even more chaos across the city. And once again, people start yelling at him. But Hancock, he's used to it by now. Their words don't affect him anymore. In the next scene, we meet a man named Ray. He's stuck in traffic on a railway crossing, right in the middle of the tracks. Cars are jammed on both sides, and he can't move. Suddenly, he sees a train coming straight toward him. Panicking, Ray tries to get out of his car, but the doors are completely locked. At that moment, he's convinced this is the end for him. But just then, Hancock shows up. With just one hand, Hancock lifts Ray's car and moves it off the tracks. Then he stands directly in front of the oncoming train. The train crashes into him and completely wrecks at the front, coming to a stop. But in the process, several compartments derail, causing even more destruction. Even after saving a man's life, the people around still start blaming Hancock again. To them, the damage matters more than the rescue. Hancock, as usual, doesn't react. That's when Ray steps in. He tells everyone that if he's alive today, it's only because of Hancock. He thanks him sincerely, and hearing that, the crowd slowly disperses. Ray then turns to Hancock and says his car is completely destroyed. He asks if Hancock can give him a ride home. Hancock agrees and literally flies him home along with his car. When they land outside, Ray's son is shocked at first, but the moment he sees Hancock, he gets super excited. He's actually a huge fan. As Hancock is about to leave, Ray stops him and invites him inside for dinner. Hancock agrees and goes in, but Ray's wife, Mary, is clearly not happy to see him. She doesn't like Hancock at all. During dinner, Ray mentions that a kid at school has been bullying his son. Hancock casually advises the kid to fight back and even use strong language so the bully would never mess with him again. Hearing this, Mary gets furious. She doesn't like the fact that Hancock is teaching her son the wrong things. After dinner, Hancock decides to leave. Ray stops him and tries to explain that people can learn to appreciate him, that one day they might even love him. But Hancock doesn't really take it seriously and walks away. The next day, however, Hancock returns to Ray's house. This time, he asks a serious question. What do I need to do to prove my value to people? Ray shows him old footage where Hancock had helped others. But even in those clips, it's clear that while saving people, Hancock caused massive damage, which is why people never truly accepted him. Just then, Mary walks in and asks if they've seen the news. When they turn on the TV, a reporter is talking about Hancock. She says that Hancock has ignored 6 court hearings and continues to misuse his powers. If he were a normal person, he would have already been arrested by now. Mary had intentionally told Ray to watch the news because she clearly didn't like Hancock at all. After seeing the news, Ray suddenly gets an idea. He tells Hancock, if people want you in jail, then go to jail. When they truly need you, they'll be the ones asking you to come back. Hancock wants people to recognize his value, but he doesn't like this idea at all. Still, after Ray keeps insisting, Hancock finally agrees to turn himself in. Inside prison, almost every inmate hates him, because most of them are there because of Hancock. Now that he's in the same place, they all want revenge. But that doesn't last long. Hancock easily beats them down. No one in the prison can stand against him. Days turn into weeks, and weeks into months. Yet no one comes to release Hancock. The truth is, he could break out anytime he wants, but he chooses not to. One day, Ray visits him in prison and tells him that he's been sentenced to 8 years. However, if he behaves well, it could be reduced to 4 years. Hancock is clearly frustrated. This wasn't the plan. Ray had said people would call him back soon, but that hasn't happened. And now, he's talking about years behind bars. Angry, Hancock smashes the prison gate and starts walking out. But Ray stops him and says, "You can't run away like a coward. Trust me, one day people will call you back." After hearing this, Hancock calms down and decides to stay. Still, Life in prison is painfully boring for him. One day, while he's resting in his cell, a police officer shows up and tells him that the city needs him. A group of armed criminals has taken hostages. Hearing this, Hancock trims his beard, puts on the special suit Ray brought for him, and heads out. This time, things are different. Earlier, whenever Hancock arrived somewhere, he would crash in, destroying roads and buildings. But today, for the first time, he lands carefully, without causing any damage. He walks up to a police officer and says, "Good job." Ray had taught him that whenever you meet someone, appreciate their work. The officer, slightly confused, replies, "Yeah, I know I'm doing a good job, but my partner is still trapped inside the building." Hancock immediately rushes in and rescues the female officer, bringing her out safely. Meanwhile, the criminals are shooting at him, but Hancock easily dodges the bullets and completes the rescue. Inside the building, many more hostages are still trapped. Hancock goes back in, takes down each criminal one by one, and carries them out. Then he safely rescues everyone inside. Outside, the crowd watches in amazement, and for the first time, they start clapping for him. For the first time in his life, Hancock feels respected, and that moment truly means something to him. He smiles and flies away. In the next scene, Hancock goes out for dinner with Ray and Mary at a restaurant. During their conversation, Ray asks him, "You must be from another planet, right?" Hancock replies that about 80 years ago, he woke up in a hospital, and he remembers nothing from before that. He explains that he was badly injured at the time, but his wounds healed quickly on their own. When a nurse tried to give him an injection, the needle literally bent against his skin. He also mentions that he had only 2 movie tickets and a piece of chewing gum in his pocket, and no one ever came to visit him. Maybe he had a family once, but he has no memory of it. As Hancock shares this, he becomes emotional. Mary, listening to all this, gets teary-eyed too. She apologizes to him for how she treated him before. Hancock calmly tells her that it wasn't her fault. By now, Ray has had a bit too much to drink, so Hancock decides to drop him home safely. After putting Ray to bed, Hancock walks outside and finds Mary there. The two start talking, and as the conversation goes on, they suddenly get very close and end up kissing. But in the very next moment, Mary suddenly throws Hancock across the room. He crashes through the wall and lands outside on a car. Hancock is completely shocked. He can't understand what just happened. Until now, he believed he was the most powerful person in the world. Confused, he flies away. The next day, when Ray sees the broken wall, Mary lies to him. She says Hancock sneezed so hard last night that it broke the wall. A little later, Hancock returns to Ray's house. He wants to find out the truth, whether Mary is as powerful as he is. When Mary is in the kitchen, Hancock secretly tries to attack her with a sharp spoon, but the spoon bends completely and doesn't even leave a scratch on her. Hancock is stunned. He then tries using different objects in the kitchen to hurt her, but nothing works. Finally, when he's about to attack her with 2 frying pans, Mary turns around and asks, "What are you doing?" Hancock looks at her and says, "I know the truth now. You're just as powerful as I am. I need to talk to you." Mary agrees, but on one condition. She'll talk to him only once, and after that, he must stay away from her and her family. The next day, Mary meets Hancock alone. Hancock asks her directly, "What are we?" Mary explains that some people once considered them gods, but in today's world, they're simply called superheroes. Hancock then asks, "Are there others like us?" Mary replies that there used to be more, but now only the 2 of them are left. Hancock asks one more question. "What's the relationship between us?" Mary pauses and then tells him that they are like brother and sister. But Hancock doesn't believe her. He says, "That's not true. If we were like siblings, we wouldn't feel this connection." Without waiting, Hancock flies toward Ray's house. He wants answers from Ray. Mary doesn't want Ray to find out the truth, so she takes off after Hancock at full speed. Soon the 2 collide, and a massive fight breaks out. They battle across the city, causing destruction everywhere. Mary is clearly stronger, and she beats Hancock badly. She warns him to stay away from her family. Meanwhile, Ray witnesses the fight. When Mary returns home, Ray confronts her and asks, "Who are you?" Mary finally tells him the truth. "I'm just like Hancock." Ray then asks, "What's your relationship with him?" Mary reveals something shocking. In the past, they were husband and wife. No matter where she went, Hancock would always find his way back to her. But there's a catch. Whenever they stay close to each other, their powers begin to fade. They slowly become mortal, and eventually, they would grow old and die. Hancock overhears this and is completely stunned. Without saying a word, he leaves. Later, Hancock Hancock ends up at a liquor store. The cashier quietly signals that two robbers are hiding inside. Understanding the situation, Hancock pulls them out. During the scuffle, one of the robbers shoots at him. Hancock doesn't take it seriously at first and beats them down easily. But then, something feels off. He notices blood coming out of his body. For the first time ever, the bullets actually hurt him, and that realization leaves him completely shocked. After this, Hancock is admitted to the hospital. Mary comes to see him and finally explains the truth. "You came too close to me, and that's why your powers started fading. If you stay away from me again, your powers will return." She also reveals something even deeper. They have been together on Earth for thousands of years, but every time they get close to each other, their powers begin to disappear. Hancock then asks her, "What happened 80 years ago?" Mary tells him that back then, they were living together in Miami. One day, while sitting on the beach, riots suddenly broke out in the city. That same day, they were supposed to go watch a movie. Hancock even had the tickets, but because of the chaos, they had to leave. On their way, a group of people attacked Hancock. He suffered a severe head injury and was badly hurt. He was taken to the hospital, but when he woke up, he had lost all his memories. Even though Mary was right there, he didn't recognize her. So she made a painful decision. She walked out of his life forever. And just 1 hour after she left, Hancock fully healed. But suddenly, danger returns. The same criminals, whose leader Hancock had previously injured, arrive at the hospital to take revenge. As soon as they see Hancock, they start firing at him. Mary immediately steps in front of him, taking all the bullets herself. She gets critically injured. Hancock loses control. Filled with rage, he brutally takes down all the attackers. Only one man remains, the same criminal whose hand Hancock had once cut off. Hancock walks toward him to finish it, but the criminal starts shooting again. This time, Hancock is badly injured and falls to the ground. Just as the criminal is about to kill him, Ray shows up. Ray stops him and kills the attacker. After that, we see Mary in critical condition at the hospital. Her heartbeat has completely stopped. Hancock is also badly injured, but he understands something important. The only way to save Mary is to go far away from her. So, despite his condition, he jumps out of the hospital window. As soon as he starts getting farther from Mary, her heartbeat slowly returns. Hancock tries to fly, but he's too weak. He can barely move, only managing long jumps as he struggles forward. But the farther he goes, the stronger he becomes. Slowly, his powers return, and within no time, he's fully healed again. At the same time, with Hancock gone, Mary's powers also return, and she recovers completely. In the final scene, Hancock takes one massive leap and flies all the way to the moon. Mary is now happy with Ray, living a normal life. So Hancock makes a decision. He will never return to her life again. And from that moment on, he chooses to become a better superhero, a hero people can finally respect. Sometimes, being a hero isn't about power, it's about making the right choices. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing recaps like this.